You know, life with a dog out here in Ostrander is pretty special, and it's about so much more than just having a big backyard. We're going to talk about how to find the right local trainer, someone who really gets that and can help your dog fit perfectly into your life.
I mean, think about it. You want a dog who's just as comfortable on a quiet country road as they are well-behaved when you have to run errands in Delaware. It's a unique kind of balance, right? And getting the right training makes all the difference.
Okay, so here's what we're going to walk through. We'll cover 5 simple steps. First, understanding what your dog needs for life around here. Second, figuring out your specific goals. Third, how to find a qualified pro. Fourth, knowing exactly what to ask them. And finally, we'll look at the costs and the fun part, practice.
All right, let's kick things off with what makes training a dog in our community a little different. It's really about getting them ready for the specific sights and sounds of our rural village life. And that's where a good trainer comes in. They get it. They're not just going to teach sit and stay. They'll help you with these exact situations, making sure your dog doesn't lunge the neighbor's cows, greets visitors without jumping all over them, and doesn't get totally freaked out by a passing tractor or a busy trip into town. All right, so now that we're on the same page about our unique Ostrander lifestyle, the next step is to get really clear on what you and your dog need to work on right now. So, what's your situation? Do you have a brand new puppy who needs to learn, well, everything? Or maybe you're trying to help your older dog unlearn some not-so-great habits, like barking at every single delivery truck or pulling your arm off on walks. Your goals are what will point you to the right kind of training.
Yeah, most of what people need usually falls into one of these buckets. Puppy training is all about setting that great foundation. Basic obedience covers those essential skills every dog should have. Behavior modification, that's for more complex stuff like fear or anxiety. And family dog manners, that's all about making your dog a really pleasant housemate.
And then you've got to think about how you want to do the training. Private one-on-one lessons are awesome for tackling issues that happen right in your home. Group classes, which you'll probably find in nearby Delaware or Powell, are perfect for practicing around other dogs. And then you have options like day training or board and train for more intensive help if you really need it. Okay, this next part is really important. You want to find a professional who uses methods that are not only effective, but also humane, and who actually has the knowledge to back it all up. Look, there are basically 2 camps when it comes to training methods. The best, most modern trainers use reward-based positive reinforcement. This approach builds trust with your dog and creates good behavior that actually sticks. You absolutely want to avoid anyone who relies on fear, pain, or intimidation. Those old-school methods can often backfire and create even worse problems. So, how do you spot a qualified trainer? Well, credentials are a great shortcut. If you see CPDTKA after a trainer's name, it's a big green flag. It means they've passed a tough, independent exam on the science of how dogs learn and behave. It's a really solid indicator of professional knowledge. And you might see a few other letter combinations out there too. Each one of these signifies a really high level of education and a serious commitment to this work. For instance, if you're dealing with more serious challenges like major anxiety or reactivity, you'd want to look for someone with a CBC-CKA or an IABC certification.
All right, so you've got the background. Now you're ready to actually talk to some trainers. Here are the exact questions you'll want to ask.
This checklist pretty much covers all the important stuff. You want to hear them say they use positive, reward-based methods. Ask about their certifications and how they keep their skills sharp. And this is a big one. Ask how they'll tailor the plan for your dog and your life right here in Ostrander. Oh, and don't forget to get a clear picture of all the costs, especially any travel fees for coming out to your home. And finally, let's get into the practical side of things. What training costs and, maybe more importantly, where you can put all that great work into practice. This is where the fun really begins. So, what's this going to cost? Here's a general idea of what's typical in our area for 2025. It's just helpful to see the range so you can plan. And try to think of this not just as an expense, but as a real investment in having a peaceful home and a wonderful relationship with your dog for years to come.
And this right here, this is really the secret sauce. The trainer's job is to teach you how to train your dog. The real learning happens when you practice consistently between sessions. That's how your dog and you really get it.
And the great news is, we've got some awesome local spots to get that practice in. Blue Limestone Park in Delaware has a fantastic fenced dog park. It's perfect for safely working on recalls. Alum Creek is great for practicing leash manners with all sorts of real-world distractions. And of course, your own property is the best classroom there is for things like boundary training. Because when it comes down to it, all this work leads to a dog who isn't a source of stress, but a true welcome companion. One who can just chill with you on the porch, walk calmly through the neighborhood, and just be a good member of the community.
Finding that right trainer helps you build a really wonderful life with your dog, right here at home and everywhere your Ostrander life takes you. Happy training!